Wouldn't you know it, the internet's favorite topic is back in the news. We're talking about an update to the ongoing Nintendo Switch 2 or next generation Nintendo hardware situation, because recently you may have realized that Gamescom 2023 has been going on, and naturally you have a lot of press from the gaming industry show up. You have a lot of developers, and you even have companies like Nintendo that were at Gamescom 2023 in a big way. And while we didn't see them take to the stage with any E3 Nintendo Direct presentation type of event, they were there with booths. I believe a Smash Bros tournament was held, and we are now getting reports that game developers and potentially even press have seen some things that Nintendo has not shown to the general public. And while one of them has to do with a more expected title known as Super Mario Bros. Wonder that we are getting a Nintendo Direct focused on for 15 minutes, by the way, tomorrow, there are reports that game devs and press got to see potentially some hands-on footage and actually get to experience Super Mario Bros. Wonder, or at least got a deeper look at it than what we have seen so far. But of course, NDAs are a thing, so you're not going to see any word of that until Nintendo pulls back the curtain and allows them to talk about it, which would naturally take place after the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct is presented to us and Nintendo gets to put it off on the right foot that they want to for their marketing message. But the more interesting topic of conversation that's now blowing up online has to do with some claims from people within the gaming industry who are notable journalists that are saying that they're hearing things like game developers and or the press themselves have seen things like the Nintendo Switch 2 or next gen Nintendo hardware, whatever you want to call it, behind closed doors from Nintendo. As you can see, this following article posted up over on Insider Gaming, where Tom Henderson wrote up the following article that reads, Nintendo Switch 2 may have been shown behind closed doors at Gamescom. A new rumor has surfaced online thanks to Windows Central Manager editor Jez Corden, who has tweeted that he's heard rumors that the Nintendo Switch 2 may have been shown behind closed doors at this year's Gamescom event. The tweet in question, which has actually been edited and updated, and we will dive into that in a moment as well, from Jez says, heard some rumors recently that Nintendo maybe showed / maybe discussed the new Switch behind closed doors to select press / devs at Gamescom. Full reveal / leaks may be relatively imminent. Whilst at face value this could be another run-of-the-mill rumor, Insider Gaming has also heard similar rumors behind the scenes when speaking to its sources. Although we cannot pinpoint exactly what was shown and revealed, we know that Nintendo was at the event in a big way, allowing the press to get hands-on with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, for example. Insider Gaming is currently unable to verify the extent of what Nintendo revealed and whether or not it means a reveal could be soon. Almost all reports suggest that Nintendo Switch 2 is aiming for a release in the next 12 months, and although we're not yet personally corroborating these details, it does suggest that a reveal should be on the horizon. Switch was released 3 years earlier, and Nintendo is expected to release the successor to the Switch as early as next year, whereas PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S are at a different stage in the console lifecycle, a court document revealed during the recent case between Microsoft and the FTC. Whatever the case may be with the Nintendo Switch 2, it seems the rumors both publicly and behind the scenes are heating up, so it's credible that an announcement is coming. Now, there's actually been some interesting back and forth between Jez and Nate the Hate online, because Nate sounds like he has kind of a different opinion of how, if at all, the Nintendo Switch was here at Gamescom, and it definitely wasn't shown to the press in his statement, which we will get on the same page with right after this. Are you tired of carrying around the same old bulky wallet? Well, let me introduce you to something sleeker, the Ridge Wallet. It expands to hold up to 12 cards, plus there's room for cash, and while being incredibly slim. With over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber, burnt titanium, forged ember, and even burnt Damascus, there's a style for everyone. But you don't have to take my word for it. There's over 80,000 5-star reviews, and you can test drive the Ridge Wallet for 99 days. If you don't absolutely love it, send it back for a full refund. And if you act now, you'll be a part of the Bronco Sweepstakes, which you can enter for free on their website, and you will get one bonus entry for every $1 you spend on the site, and custom Hennessy products come with up to 1,000 entries. So enter for free at ridge.com/sunbro, find gear you'll love, and get additional entries for every dollar you spend. And here's a secret, use my link and you'll get 10 bonus entries. Plus, remember to use my code SUNBRO for an exclusive 10% off your order. Elevate your pocket game with Ridge and get in on the action. addition, big thank you to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's video. So replying to a few different posts over on Family Boards, Nate is essentially setting the record straight with what he is saying and what he's claiming, because one of his initial posts more or less called out Jez, saying that there's no way that press got to see Nintendo Switch 2, and he first clarifies, "Are you hearing anything hardware related? I'd assume your Birdsong posts earlier were about hardware, but devs were the ones getting the details, not press." He replies to that, "I have heard things from Gamescom." Then the second question he responds to reads, "So to be clear, are you telling us that hardware was not shown behind closed doors? I think we can all agree that the press would not have been a part of this, but I do think that it's rather plausible that Nintendo did brief developers on the new hardware behind closed doors at Gamescom." He then clarifies, "I'm saying that Nintendo did not show press anything in regards to Switch 2, as the original tweet had mentioned." So if you essentially read between the lines there, he's essentially saying, yes, he knows new hardware was at Gamescom and was shown to devs, but it was not shown to press. And you might wonder why there's actually a difference on which audience it was potentially shown to. And that largely has to do with the timing of things, because if Nintendo was showing this to press behind closed doors, we may be able to expect an announcement right around the corner. Whereas if you are showing it off to developers who are under very strict NDAs, granted, press can be as well, things can definitely leak out easier on the press side than they will for developer sides, because the developers are not going to want to break NDA, ruin their entire development career, and potentially face a lawsuit from Nintendo. So it's very possible that they did have closed door meetings. It sounds like they did, to show off new hardware. You would want to do this if you are planning for something like a 2024 launch, because the devs need to know what this thing is capable of in terms of specs. You need to bring in a broader spectrum of third-party developers behind the curtain at this point and make sure their projects are ramping up and gearing up and getting ready to go for any kind of mid or late 2024 launch like I am personally expecting to see happen. And this is just another puzzle piece, or a little bit more smoke where there may be fire type of situation for Nintendo's next gen hardware. And while it doesn't really indicate timing on when we will see it happen, there are absolutely people that were at Gamescom that showed up and got to see what we likely all want to see, which what is Nintendo actually working on when it comes to new next-gen hardware, and that is very exciting to me. But I really want to hear from you guys at this point in the video, your personal thoughts and opinions around this particular story. Do you think that there's any credence to these rumors, and that yes, indeed, developers were shown next-gen Nintendo hardware at Gamescom 2023? Do you think that the press was actually involved in this as well? I tend to believe more the reports that it was development only and not the press, especially after even Jez going back and updating his tweet. And we have Tom Henderson weighing in, saying that they've heard rumors about similar stuff. So it's very exciting, but what do you think actually happened with it at the end of the day? And do you think this signals anything in terms of announcement timeline? And are you expecting it to happen as soon as the end of this year? Or are you like me and you're thinking that likely early 2024 is when we will hear about this thing and ultimately see it launch in the second half of 2024, like the rumors and reports are suggesting? But regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around these topics. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.